So welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to solve a question that says show that the solution of a differential equation xy dy dx is equivalent to x square minus y square, and we show that the solution of this differential equation can actually be given as x square into x square minus 2y square equals to k, where k is a constant. So make sure you capture the question well. And take some few minutes to solve that question. I will also solve it for you, and I will be back in a few minutes. So solve the question. Welcome back. It is my hope that you have solved the question, and let's discuss the solution together with you. Let's look at the solution together with you. Now our question is x dy over dx is equals to x square minus y square. So if we divide both sides by x and y, that gives dy over dx equals to x square minus y square over x square. Now this one is a differential equation since dy over dx is in the form of q over p, and that is to say, if you look at this side, this is to the second degree, then the y to the second degree, then we have x to first degree and y to first degree. So the assumption here is if we replace, we say let y be equals to x. That means now it is x times x, and that gives x squared. So having done this, we can simply go to the other step, and that step is we make substitution. Whenever we have a y, we replace with v of x, and dy over dx we replace with v plus x dv over dx. Now this v plus x dv over dx comes from we differentiate the y, that is we differentiate y using product rule, and that simply means we hold v constant, we multiply with the derivative of x with respect to x, and that gives us v. Then we hold x constant, we multiply the derivative of v with respect to x, and that gives x dv over dx. Then we make substitution. So that means whenever we have a dy over dx, we replace with this derivative of y using the product rule, which is v plus x dv over dx. That means v plus x dv over dx equals to x square minus v square x square. Why v square x square? Because y here is squared, so that means we replace y, which is squared, with the squares of v and x, and that is v square minus, that is v square multiplied by x square, everything divided by, we replace this y with v of x, and that gives v x square. So if we work on this side, that means we factor out the common x square on the numerator part to give x square into 1 minus v squared, everything divided by x square over v square. So that means we can simplify this and this. So that means you can simplify the x square and the x square here, so that we get v plus x dv over dx is equivalent to, on this other side we shall have 1 minus v square divided by v, that is v plus x dv over dx equivalent to 1 minus v square, everything divided by v. So to continue from the previous page, we have obtained what we have obtained, and that is from this page. If now we take this v to this other side, that means we subtract v, and if we subtract v, it simply means this becomes x dv over dx is equivalent to 1 minus v square. We divide everything with v, so dividing everything with v minus v over 1 minus v over 1, and if we solve this part as fraction, we will get 1 minus v squared minus v squared. We divide everything with v, and having done that, we can simply see that on the other side we remain with x dv over dx, which is now equivalent to, we combine this minus v squared and this minus v squared, we get 1 minus 2v squared, everything you divide by v. So we need to separate the variables in this equation. So we simply do, we come on this side, you divide both sides by x, such that this side we remain with dv over dx is equivalent to 1 minus 2v square divided by v over x, with v of x, then we multiply both sides with the reciprocal of 1 minus 2v squared divided by v, and that means we multiply both sides with v over 1 minus 2v squared. Then after that, you multiply both sides with the dx, such that now we obtain v over 1 minus 2v square dv, which is equivalent to, now once you separate the variables, you will get v over 1 minus 2v square dv, which is equivalent to 1 over x dx. Now that means now we can integrate both sides. That means we take the integral of v over 1 minus 2v squared dv is equals to the integral of dx over x. So we integrate this part using u substitution method, and that means we say let u equals to 1 minus 2v squared. So, and that means we differentiate now u with respect to v to get du over dv is equivalent to negative 4v. Therefore, we make du the subject, and that means we multiply both sides by dv, so that we get du is equivalent to minus 4v dv. And from this point we can simply say, if we divide both sides by negative 4, that gives minus du over 4, which is equivalent to v dv, So, and that means now this integral here can be simply can be simply substituted by, that is the integral of v over 1 minus 2v square dv can be simply, which is equivalent to the integral of dx over x, can be simply be replaced with, now this is, we have v dv, so this v dv which is here, we replace it with minus a quarter integral of du over u is now equivalent to the integral of dx over x. So this is simply what we have here. And that means if we integrate this side, the integral of minus a quarter du over u can be written as minus a quarter integral of 1 over u du, and this is, if we integrate this, it means this is minus a quarter natural log of u is equals to, on this other part, this is similar to this, so that is again the natural log of x, then we add the constant of integration. So I hope you've gotten that concept. Now then you come back here, this is minus a quarter natural log of, you replace u with the initial value, which is 1 minus 2v square is equals to the natural log of x plus c, and that is the integral, that is our integral. Now if you replace, you will get this. Upon replacing replacing vu, you get this. Now from this we can say let c be equals to the natural log of c. Let c be equals to the natural log of c. So that means instead of constant c, now we have it being natural log of c. Now then this a quarter, this minus a quarter here, we apply the laws of logarithms, and that means we can take it to this point to become natural log of 1 minus 2v squared to the power of negative a quarter is equivalent to, again this side we apply the laws of logarithms and we combine the x and the c to become natural log of xc. Now if we eliminate natural log on both sides, that means if we eliminate the natural log on both sides, that means on this side alone we remain with 1. Now let me do it here. If now we eliminate natural log on both sides, that is, we have 1 minus v square to the power of negative a quarter is equivalent to c of x. Now this can be solved, this can be written as 1 over 1 minus 2v square to the power of a quarter is equals to c of x. So this means at this point, this power quarter here means we take the fourth root of this, and the fourth root of this is 1. We divide by the fourth root, which is 4. Fourth root math means 4. We have a 4 here, so this is 1 minus 2v squared is equivalent to, if we take the fourth root on this side, that means we raise the power of this side, and this becomes c of x to the c to the power of 4, then x to the power of 4. So upon doing that, that means and that means if we come back to this part again, that's why we have 1 minus 2 v square everything to the power of negative 1 is equals to c to the power of 4x to the power of 4. Then we say let c power 4 equals to another constant, which is constant a, and this is the reason c, the initial c, which was a constant, was just like any other constant, and it is easier, you can manipulate it to be the natural log of x. Then upon reaching this point, you can still change this to be that c to the power of 4 is equals to a. A is just like any other constant, as it is written here, since c power 4 is just a constant. So that means if we replace it with a, then it becomes 1 minus 2v squared everything to power negative 1 is equals to a of x to the power of 4. Now then this v can be replaced with, we replace this v with y over x. So if we replace v with y over x, this becomes 1 minus 2 of y squared everything divided by x squared is equivalent to a x to the power of 4. So this power 1 here means we take the reciprocal of this side, and taking the reciprocal of this side, it means first we have to solve as a fraction. So that means this part, everything here is divided by x squared. So if we take the reciprocal, that means we are having 1 minus 2y square divided by x squared. Sorry, that is 1 minus 2y square we divide, let me do it, sorry for that. This is 1 minus 2y square, we divide this part by x square. So if we solve this as fractions, that means we should have a common LCM, which is x square. Now then on the numerator part we have x square minus 2y square everything to the power of negative 1, everything to the power of negative 1 is equivalent to a x to the power of 4. So if we take the reciprocal of this, it becomes x square, we divide everything by x square minus 2y to the power of 2 is equivalent to a x to the power of 4. So, and that is simply what we are having here, that is x square over x square minus 2y square is equals to a of x to the power of 4. So, and that simply means if we multiply both sides by 1 over x square, if we multiply both sides by 1 over x square, that means this x power 2 here simplifies with the x power 4 here. So on this side we get x power 2 and this part becomes 1. So that means again, if we multiply both sides by x minus 2y, that is x square minus 2y square, x square minus 2y square. So upon multiply both sides with x square minus 2y square, we get a x square of x square minus 2y square is equals to 1. So divide both sides by a, if we divide both sides by a, so this side by a, this other side by a, we get x square into x square minus 2y squared is equivalent to 1 over a. And now again, this 1 over a is just any other constant. It's just a constant. So that means we can replace 1 over a with a constant k. We can replace 1 over a with constant k, and that gives x square into x square minus 2y square is equals to k. And with this, that means you've solved your equation and you've obtained the suggested solution. So we can do comparison of what was the answer that we've obtained here and the answer we've obtained and the suggested solution. Now looking back to our equation, it was xy dy dx is equals to x square minus y square, and we have obtained this solution, which is x square into x square minus 2y square is equivalent to k. And I hope you've understood, and feel free to reach out to me, feel free to comment, feel free to ask any question, feel free to inquire. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like and share. So kindly guys, remember to subscribe, like, share, and again feel free to ask any question, feel free to inquire of any topic. Thank you very much.